Gato Perro back with another review. Now on the ACH Figuarts Avengers Age of Ultron Captain America. Alright, so this is my first ever ACH Figuarts figure, and I'm so happy that it is some fantastic looking Captain America here based off of the new movie. And I've been waiting for it for a long time now. I've been eyeballing it, and I'm so happy it came in today. And yeah, let's look over the packaging. I actually just noticed this right now, but there's a little read up on the side of the package. Or this on the front, it says ACH Figuarts is a new standard figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art under the theme pursuing character expression through humanoid action. Alright, so pretty good description of the line itself. We got a picture of Captain America throwing a shield. On the back, we got 5 different promo pictures showing off the figure in various different poses. And in case you're wondering, I did order this from eBay, not from Big Bad Toy Store, since they were sold out. And I really wanted them, so I got them for a relatively good price, for about $70 on eBay. I don't know if you guys will get any more anywhere else where you can buy it from for probably a cheaper price or equal. Hopefully not more, because he really is worth it, but I wouldn't want you to spend too much on it. And also, I'd like to thank that guy who sent this to me, Mr. Yuen Ching Kyung. So thank you, Mr. Kung, for this awesome Captain America. So now let's get him out of his packaging. And here's Captain America out of the packaging. Such a fantastic figure here that we have from ACH Figuarts. So happy about it. It was really worth it that I skipped out on the Marvel Legends version, because I really liked this movie suit that he had. It is my favorite. And I was considering buying it, but I didn't like the whole reuse of the Winter Soldier mold, and that wasn't really well represented just by painting over. Although it did have a new sculpt for the torso, it just didn't look as good as I would want it to be. And this guy just looks just like in the movie, and I love it for that. And it comes with a bunch of accessories, so let's get to that first. In total, Captain America comes with 5 different pairs of hands. The first being the basic fist, then we have a relaxed hands, then we have a shield flinging hands, which can also double as kind of a salute. And then we have these 2 shield holding hands, and then a style grip hands. Not grip, but like they're open wide, ready for action. Then we have these extra 2 heads, basic one, and then we have an angry Captain America. And inside 2 of those are the interchangeable eyes, which is the first for me, but they look really good depending on which style you're using, because they can look a bit awkward in some areas. We have the looking forward, to the left and to the right. And over here we have his trusted shield, which itself has 5 different interchangeable pieces. And what I really like about all these is that you get tons of different posing options in total with all of these combined accessories, and that is a really cool option for someone like me who likes to take their pictures. And obviously at the end of this you will see it, and that stand that you're going to see in pictures and even at the beginning of this video was not included in the figure. It was a Mayfix stand that came with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Having a look at Captain America's head sculpt, that is really good. Unlike the Marvel Legends, I can probably see a little bit more of Chris Evans in there. And I am much more in favor of how ACH Figuarts designed this head sculpt, as opposed to the more drastically changed version of the Hulk of also this line for the Avengers. But I really was looking forward to that figure somewhat, but then as soon as I saw reviews in hand, it just wasn't as awesome as I probably assumed it was from all the promo pictures. So that was a big letdown. I won't be getting it. And I'll probably be putting in my Marvel Select Age of Ultron Hulk in my display as, instead. But having a look at the Cap's head, it is really good. Although most of the figures, most of this smooth texture, not even texture, just a smooth sculpt mostly over. Of course, there's some raised areas that are very detailed as well. But also on the Cap's head, compared to like the Marvel Legends one, it is missing a lot of the little hexagon and little patterns that go throughout most of the heroes' costumes nowadays. But for the most part, it is an original sculpt, so that means they have more liberties and adding a lot more detail that is accurate to the film. And the helmet has changed for this movie. I'm not sure if the whole costume is going to change again for Civil War. It looks to be pretty much the same as this one, a couple of different differences. But for the most part, it looks really good. They even continue the brown strap across the neck. You can see the ear, it's painted really well. Not really any problems or errors in the paint sections. And what you're seeing right now is that he has the eyes looking to the right. You can see right there. Depending, it can be a little bit weird. Sometimes it looks like his eyes are way too peeled open, but not too bad. And then he also includes this angry Captain America head sculpt, which I mentioned earlier. He's looking forward, and I much more prefer having the looking forward eyes on him, because unfortunately for me, the eyes looking forward, one is more derpy than the other, and I feel like him screaming, the eyes are a little bit more closed, or like the skin around it is a lot more close together, so it doesn't look too weird. And when I do put it on this regular face Captain America, I kind of have to like have him look down so that his pupils can be looking up forward, because that's mostly what he has. And here we have an angry Captain America screaming at the top of his lungs, looking pretty awesome. I'm probably going to use this the most in my display. I like how the teeth and the tongue are painted on the inside, and I think it's a much more of a better expression to have on a figure, as nowadays that we have Marvel Legends with just a plain face. Most of the time they're just angry, there's no reaction to them, and I like this Captain America head. Now, to take out the eyes, what you want to do is take them by the back of the helmet and just take it off like so, and there's a little piece right there which you just yank out, and this is the looking to the right. We're going to put in the looking to the left pupils, and you just stick it back in, and boom, then you have Captain America looking to the left. If you were wondering, you can attach the Steve Rogers head that came with the Marvel Legends figures from either the Age of Ultron or the Winter Soldier, and it doesn't look too bad, and nor too big, because it is a much bigger line. This figure is just a bit shorter than Marvel Legends version, which I'll get to in the size comparisons. But what you don't want to do in pictures or even videos, you don't want to show the neck way too much, because the head on the Marvel Legends one is a lot darker in skin tone as opposed to the much more paler one on this Asus Figuarts. But personally, I don't think it looks too bad. I probably won't ever have it like that, but in case you want to have that display option, you can. Moving on to the actual suit, it seems to be pretty consistent with the way it looks on film. Really good sculpt, fantastic job on that part. But on the paint, there are just a couple of areas where it seems that the blue goes into the red, like right here. And the red doesn't exactly go all the way through the line right there. Again, the paint on the red on the abdomen section looks really good. And for the most part, you can stretch the abdomen joint all the way up without having too much of a problem. But if you really force it, you have these kind of hollow pieces right there. But it won't really scratch any of the paint up, considering that it's an all entirely blue plastic right there. And the belt doesn't really get in the way of articulation, since like most imports, the articulation of the waist just kind of seems to dip down into itself. And then all of the hands and even the arm right here have the magnetic things that are used for the shield in the movie, so it can attach to itself, like if it was on the floor. So that's really good. We have the Avengers logo right there, and I really like the way these shoulder pads were designed. They follow the arm around everywhere. It is attached to this little piece right here. It is a hinge. Speaking of that, I really like how they designed the R-pin joints for this. It looks so natural. You can even tell they're there. If I probably didn't tell you or didn't know too much about the figure in pictures, because the way it's designed from the front, you can't see anything, and it's not designed like a butterfly joint where it kind of goes into itself forward. But what it does is goes backwards right here, and it stretches out like that. Since we're already looking at his back, might as well talk about the shield attachments. Here it is, really nice chrome color, really nice metallic going across, really nice. Even the back of it has a really nice sculpt. And both of these imports have a really major purpose for all of the attachments to the Captain America. First of all, they include two of these little pieces, which are just kind of like to cover up whatever section of the shield you're not using at all. And second, to attach to the back, it includes these little clips, which again go in just like so, and it has this little peg hole right there. Now, what you want to do with the Captain America when it is in package, it's not going to come separate. It has this little plastic piece attached to it, which I'm dropping, and it is really, really tiny, and it has no instructions on how to get it out. The best thing you can do is use some type of a small knife or some kind of small blade that you can take it out with. I'm not going to attach it. I already detached it, because if I know I try to take it out on camera, I'm going to lose it forever, just like I lost a battering a long time ago. But again, it's just simple. You just take the peg and you plug it in, and there it is, Captain America with a shield on his back, looking great, and it just looks natural with all these straps going across the chest. Now, attaching the shield to his arm is the same concept as the back, but with different imports you want to put in. You want to take out anything that might be covering up this spot right here, and you want to get this side, whichever side you want to put on, that we're putting it on the left. This is already the hand holding on to the handle. You just want to attach it to either side. I think some sides fit better than other for whatever reason. Usually what I like to do is, you can see the peg, it's already a lot bigger in size than probably other imports I have. Well, actually the only one I have is the Mayfex, but I like how it's a lot thicker. It looks a lot better than like a bulkier wrist rather than just being like a small ball peg. And it doesn't make me feel like it's going to break at any point. So again, it does take a little bit of force, and it can be kind of frustrating because it kind of just moves all around, but I probably can't get it on camera here. Trying to do it nice and slow. Alright, so there we go. They have Captain America's shield attached already with one side. And the second part is this open area where it seems like the handle's already like open up to the side. This one is simple. You just kind of have to aim it and then just place it again in between the ports, and it should end up looking like that. Yeah. For some reason, some of these don't exactly fit in well. It takes a little bit of finicking right there, and there we go. Captain America with his shield, looking pretty awesome right there. And you can move it all around, and it's not really too much of a weight for the figure, and you can't move it around. And again, I'll show how you can get them to be launching it. Now for that, Again, you want to take off everything right there, even the hand. Just take off everything, and what you want to do is take the shield launching hand, aka the saluting hands, and these have kind of like this little L shape to it right there. You can make it out right there. So it includes this see-through plastic, or this one right here. And what you want to do is kind of attach it already to the same slot. It has the same shape, and it'll work for either side. Same shape. Anyway, right there. Again, it has these ports right here, which you want to attach to either side of the shield. And they just attach like so. Right there. So you have Captain America holding the shield. And now what you want to do is attach it to the peg once again. And boom, there you have Captain America holding his shield, and you can obviously fix it a lot better to look like he's throwing it, and it's not too much of a weight for the figure again. So right there you have Captain America throwing his shield. I've never seen any other Captain America figure do this before, and I think that's what really makes this Captain America stand out for me. It's probably my favorite now, and probably for a good amount of time. And then down the legs, we have the different panels and just everything else, some pouches area, some little sculpt and rivets right there. Some little red lines going over here. A lot of different just areas with like armor and stuff. And then his knee pads. The knees look pretty good. They don't look overly bulky or anything like that. And again, superhero boots are the best. Really like how the wrinkles are made. There's no actual laces and stuff like that, which I'm sure wasn't in the movie, but still. And then we have this little red thing, whatever this is. And I like how they designed this so it goes along with the ankle pivot. So that's there as well. And then we do have kind of a... It ends kind of like wrestler boots, where they have like this extra kick pad over their boots. So then the ending color is just like this black boot on the bottom. And there's no treads on the bottom, and it's just flat, but there are also no peg holes. For Cap's articulation, I think it is superb. His head is able to go this far up along with the neck, this far down. His shoulders, already showed you, can go outward that much. And he does have kind of like this drop down joint, which you can bring his arm down if you wish to. Again, he has the joint with the shoulder pad. He does also have a bicep swivel. Also, if it detaches from the bicep, don't worry about it. Although it is a really small peg, and you can just force it in, but not too much to break it. With a little bit of force, because it came off with mine twice, but after the second reattachment, it was just fine. Again, double jointed elbows moving along with the pad. A little bit more than 90 degrees, but that's good enough for me. The wrist hinge, you can move the ball peg around to either section you want, so you can have it go up and down like this, or side to side. I prefer to have it like this most of the time. Alright, so his abdomen joint by itself, the top one goes down that much, goes back that much, along with the waist. It can go back that far and this far forward, like that. He does also have the legs on the hips that drop down like that. You can move them out forward, mostly straight. Wish it could go up higher, but he's not Spider-Man. You can get them to go out that much, mostly straight. Aww. He does have a thigh swivel. He does have double jointed knees. He does also have the ankle rotation at the bottom of the ball joints. He does have the ankle pivot as well, and he does have the toe joint. For his height, Cap stands at around a solid 6¼ inches tall. Now I'm going to compare him to a couple of other different figures I was planning on displaying him with. First off, it's Mayfix Amazing Spider-Man 2. Alright, so you can see he's a lot lankier, way longer and thinner than Captain America, which, you know, considering that it is Andrew Garfield, he was a bit tall and slim, just like in real life. So if you were to put these two together, they don't look too off from each other in the height. Probably a bit accurate to how it would be in real life. I don't know if he really would be that tall. But, you know, I think it works. I think I would have him crouched or either web swinging in the air to the point where you can't even see their height difference anyway. And here's the Marvel Select Age of Ultron Hulk, which now looking at, I don't think they're really good height to each other. Hulk's way up there. On to Hasbro. First up is the Captain America off of the Winter Soldier series. Here we have representing the suit really well. This is actually one of my favorite Captain Americas. I think the other one would have been the 3-pack one, just because I like how it looks like the classic comics, or at least the original suit. But you know, I'm not going to say this Captain America is bad, because I really do like it. I just don't like what they did with the mold with the Age of Ultron one. I think the colors were too bright. But overall, as I mentioned before, this guy does have the texture all over the suit, which this one doesn't, which is kind of curious. I don't know why. But either way, I still like this new HH Figuarts figure a lot more. Now, Hawkeye from the Avengers 6-inch Walmart exclusive series looks to be in really good scale. He's a bit short, which looks really good compared to this Captain America, so I think they look really good on the display. And I think, you know, the paint job is probably not the best, but it is a lot more attempted than probably the Hasbro figures that we get now, so it doesn't look too bad compared to him. Alright, since the Hulk was too big, here is a 6-inch Avengers Walmart exclusive series Hulk. Now, he doesn't look too bad compared to him. from what I've seen in other people's reviews, the Hulk seems to be about the same size as this one. I'm talking about the ACH Figuarts. And then the Age of Ultron Hulk from the Marvel Legends series compared to the ACH Figuarts one is also taller, has the bigger head and everything. And lastly, also from the Avengers 6-inch Walmart series, it is the Mark 6 Iron Man. Alright, so he's relatively small compared to the other Legends that we've gotten. And even still, he towers over Captain America. So if you were to have them two on display, they don't look too bad together. Alright guys, so that's the end of my review. Really hope you enjoyed this video. This Captain America is absolutely amazing. Really happy with it. I think it's way past the 10 for me. I think one of the better figures, or one of the best figures that I've gotten in a really long time. Just outstanding. Better than anything that I've owned up to this point. I might end up getting more imports later on. Because I know they're higher quality, but they're also really expensive depending on which one you get. Again, I got this guy on eBay for $70. I definitely do think he's worth it. I think basic price is $60. If you're considering it, just know the price point. But again, you get lots of different things, a lot of different posing options with all the different interchangeable pieces, the hands, the eyes, the heads, the shield attachments. So it looks really awesome. I really recommend it. If you guys want to, you can check out my other videos. Also, I can't promise too much in the way of content. I've been really busy. I've recently had a job for the past 3 months now. And then I got let go, so now I gotta go find another job. So anyway, enough of that. Please stay tuned for the pictures and other reviews and stop motions eventually coming soon. And I will be getting my Mark 45 Iron Man, because that looks to be incredible. Probably more better than this Captain America, just because I like the design of that armor from the movie. And there's not too much they can change up there with their different anime style, whatever it is they're going for, like the Hulk head or just the Hulk figure itself all over. Alright, so that's it for this review. Gato Perro!